The religious literacy education course has taught me that there is so much information and so much valuable learning we have to do from one another.
What I valued most from the experience in this religious literacy class was becoming more comfortable with other religions.
What I valued most from the experience was the idea to start seeing religion as more of a personal lived experience versus this monolithic concept.
The last 4 days I have become more empowered to teach religion in my classroom.
The more we understand each other's perspectives, cultures, religions, the more we're just going to be able to appreciate each other.
We live in a very multicultural, multi-ethnic, and multi-religious community.
It taught me so much more than I can conceptualize in a few sentences.
It helped me reflect on some of the things that I thought I knew and didn't know. And
it broke a lot of stereotypes that I've been fed throughout my life.
I feel that there is never enough that I can learn from other ethnic groups, other cultures, other religions, not only for my own personal goal, but also to better serve the communities that I work with.
Our students within one classroom are from all different backgrounds, and it's important to understand their faiths and where they're coming from so we can help support them, not just as students, but as people.
These kids are in our classrooms, kids from religious minority communities. Becoming more literate about them just brings us closer, brings us more access to those kids, allows us to engage them on their ground and have a better understanding of what they're going through. It makes us more effective classroom leaders and educators.
It makes me want to know more about the stories of my own students and to be more understanding and to really try to stop any negative stereotyping or other things that might be happening.
You don't have to have all the answers, and you don't have to know everything about the different religions to make a difference in how we present the material to our students.
It taught me about the diversity, not only in the world, but in each religious community.
We do share a space with people from all over the world, and all these people desire to live in a place that is safe and stable for one another.
It's really just brought to my attention how much there is to learn and how much we do need to start talking and respecting and, most importantly, listening to one another.
What I valued the most from this experience was being able to go to the site visits to the various houses of worship that I had never been in.
Before this class, I never would have even considered entering another house of worship, and even if I had, I certainly would not have been comfortable doing it. And after this, that's all changed.
get talking with people at the different places, you really got to see that everybody saw things just a little bit differently. Everybody had a little bit more of an interpretation of how they viewed themselves and how they viewed their community, how they viewed their beliefs. The most valuable part of the experience was actually getting out into the communities and experiencing some of the different religions. The people we dealt with couldn't have been nicer, more welcoming, and warm.
I was so excited that I told my wife that I want to take my kids to some of these places and just have them get out of some of the bubbles that I feel like are in our societies, and so that we can have greater understanding. So it was an incredible, valuable experience.
We need to model being lifelong learners to our kids. Engaging in something like this, which exponentially increased my knowledge about communities that are not far from where I teach and live.
Because of my philosophy of education is I need to know about my students to be able to teach them well. So the more I can know them, the more I can teach them.
Coming into the course, I thought, I'm not an expert on any of this, how can I do a great job by it? But being open to putting myself in a position to learn about it and to speak about it is really what I took away.
I feel more confident in engaging with them, discussing these spaces with them so that I can better understand them as a whole individual.
I recommend this experience for other educators because it will allow them to relate better to students in their classroom who are coming from a variety of religious traditions.
I think this class is so valuable, not only in the public education world, but in our world.
Sadly, we see a lot of discrimination in our society, which really goes against what all these groups are working for.
So as humans, I feel that we are so quick to judge, fear, and even hate people who are different from us.
now be able to look back and know what my neighbors do, what my students do, and to be able to see all the diversity that's around us.
And the more we're able to appreciate and to create civically competent people that can engage with one another, which is really what our world needs.
I'm so fortunate that I had this experience and was able to take the class. So thank you very much. It's been very empowering.
I am really humble and appreciative that I had an opportunity to take this course and to learn so much more than I expected it.
Doing things like this, making educators more educated, will in turn affect a potentially huge number of students and families.
Taking this class has grown my compassion exponentially.
This class has helped me realize that although people may do things differently, look differently, behave differently, we all want that same thing, the same peaceful space.
This has been an incredible week. I would recommend this course highly to other educators for a number of reasons.
It's something that breaks down barriers between groups of people, promotes understanding, promotes compassion.
I would recommend this course to other educators because it helped open my eyes to lots of things.
The class itself is just so meaningful in terms of what it means to be a person living with other people, and I can't recommend it enough.